Very good evening to all of you. I hope I am audible and visible to all the candidates here. Can you give me a yes or no that yes, you are audible as well as visible on the chat box, please? Okay, great, good to see. And if I may ask all of you to mention your cities, where are you all logging from? So I'll come to know that what is the demography which we are serving. Gurugram, Dhanraj, you have been regular to our sessions. Himanshu from Kota, great. Divyani from Lucknow, Ada Varze madam. Others, if I can have their places, so I'll come to know where we are serving. Srishti Panda from Bhubaneswar, Odisha, great. So north covered, east covered, west covered, UP covered. I am taking from Indore. Tamanna Mangnani, Kerala, congratulations from Mumbai, great. Yes, and others, if I may ask, which cities are you logging in from? Yes, I know, pre-result Jan drive, correct, Dhanraj. Yes, you're quite active in the group also. Yes, Pushkar Chaudhary, this session is useful for a CA finalist also, so that you can get your dreams even bigger and understand, yes, being a chartered accountant makes a big difference, because with the kind of noise for IBS, with the kind of noise for AFM paper, you might feel depressing कि अरे institute हमको pass नहीं करना चाहता है. We have with a candidate we here with us, will tell you how things actually work. So that's why we are here for. Correct? So great. So may I please know if Akanksha has logged in? Akanksha, are you there?
Yes, I'm here.
So
Hi everybody. Hello, sir.
I'm just not able to see you. Just a minute. I will pin you. Yes. So both of us are together now. Great.
Yeah.
So folks, it's 7:03. Should we wait Akanksha for a minute? 7:03. 2 minutes रुक जाए 7:05 तक 7:05. So
Yes,
that shall
yes.
help. In the meanwhile, others also can let us know where they are from and what they have been up to. So Pushkar Chaudhary, your name again sounds similar to me. You have been my student in my classes or not? Because Chaudhary ji karke I used to pull one guy while on online sessions. I don't know, are you the same one or not? I don't know. Oh, he's the same guy. Yes, Pushkar Chaudhary ji, I remembered. बहुत परेशान किया तूने मेरे को ऑनलाइन क्लास में. बहुत क्वेश्चन पूछता था ये. I remember now. Oh, you cleared your inter in May 26. Congratulations, मेरे बच्चे. Good. So your excitement and curiosity is still here. Good, good. Before becoming a chartered accountant, you are here. तेरे से मैं डबल फीस लूँगा. There are few friends from Chennai. Usually they log in, and from Cochin. If I am just waiting if they have logged in or not. Anybody else who would like to share their location so that then we can take things further? Where are you all logging in from? Yes, Shankar is from Chennai, and one was from Kochi also yesterday. So if that Kochi person is also here or not, because yes, we have been covering Ahmedabad, okay, Kerala, yes, Vinita is there from Kerala, I remembered. So these are regular viewers of our session since last. Anushka is from Noida, UP, great. So इतना मेहनत लगता है आपको अपना लोकेशन लिखने में. Please understand the kind of excitement which the speaker will have now. मैं नोएडा भी जा रहा हूँ, मैं केरला भी जा रहा हूँ, I am going to Chennai, I am going to Gurgaon, I am going to Bhubaneswar. So that kind of a level of excitement gets into the speaker also. Speaker will also say, I'll say this also, I'll say that also. So that's how the excitement builds up. And I am definitely serving from Central India. Okay, great. So a warm welcome to all of you. It's 7:05. Let's get on to work and respect everybody's time. Today's session is with Akanksha Deshmukh. She is a chartered accountant, and today's session is something which I want to tell you is not having a PPT. We will have real life discussions from the person who's seeing the action on the real front, and rather than making it too much decorative nowadays, which is very easy with Claudes and the GPTs. So let's have a real human interaction and understand what is all about. So let me proudly introduce my student, CA Akanksha Deshmukh. I'm so happy to say this word, my student, because she was with me in November 19 CA Foundations exam. Akanksha, am I correct?
Yes, yes, sir.
Yes. So
With you
Akanksha,
since April 2019, when the day I joined
yes,
NATA.
November 19 was your exam.
Yes, yes.
Correct. So Akanksha is a May 24 chartered accountant. She has joined EY into assurance domain. Assurance is statutory audit at IIC. What is IIC? She'll tell you after some time. She's working in Mumbai right now after clearing CA, currently working as an executive into the statutory audit department. She has worked on clients such as consumer durables, manufacturing of physical security safe storage, and entrance controls, edible oil manufacturing, and currently working in manufacturing of pharmaceutical industry. So pharma, consumer durables, safety and storage solutions, and whatnot. So today's session would be an interaction between me and Akanksha. For the first half of the session, I will ask her questions which as a fresher are needed. She will be answering those questions, and after I am done and Akanksha is done, then the house is open for all of you to ask direct questions. Okay, so keep your mics and other things on. Once me and Akanksha are done, because I will try to cover the maximum things possible which is needed for a fresher, and if there is something left, yes. So welcome Akanksha to this session, and I must appreciate that you have pulled out time for this, because a year or so back you were also in the same stage, you were also into the same situation, and you can understand and correlate the confusion which every CA fresher goes through. They are totally confused right now because the world is behind them. Kitne ki job lagegi, how much you will earn, when will you join? And I keep telling them, you take 4.5 years to become a chartered accountant. You deserve at least this much time, 4 months also, to get into the right place. But the kind of FOMO which Instagram, YouTube, LinkedIn starts giving to these people, you know it very well because you are from the same stream. So we are here to clear that confusion. So I thank you very much for giving this time to all the fresh chartered accountants. We've got a attendance of above 100 right now, 124 candidates listening to you. Akanksha, over to you. You can introduce yourself first and give something about you, and then we'll have those questions which I have to ask you.
No, so glad that you selected me from a pool of so many students you have taught upon, and it's very good that I can reconnect with the people who are in same stage where I was 2 years back, and I can totally understand what they are going through, because when I cleared my chartered accountancy, I was a bit nervous ki what is gonna happen, how will I get a job, because as we can see, May 24 my attempt was something where a lot of chartered accountants cleared, and I was like, kya mujhe bhi job milega? And I discussed with my father also कि पापा इतना सब है, what is gonna happen, क्या होगा सब. I have a habit of discussing everything with my father, पता नहीं क्या होगा, because he has lived his life for me only. So I discuss everything with him, what is gonna happen. But that day I realized, and I remember those words you said 2 minutes back, that you give 4.5 years to clear chartered accountancy. Why not to give a 4.5 months to get a job? Search patiently, you will get a job. And this is continuously into my mind ki time, it takes time to set up the things, it takes the time to reach on a certain level, but everything is meant to be, and everything happens the way it has to. So I'm glad I'm here. I can share my experiences with the people that are experiencing the same thing. As already sir introduced, I'm a May 24 a cleared chartered accountant working in EY since past 2 years. worked with in many industries, worked with many partners that gave an excellent overview of how I have to be, what I have to achieve. Because when you work with different set of people, different set of mindsets, then you understand where you have to be. I still remember the first time I entered into EY. It was like whether I will be able to cope up with the minds that are already built during their articleship. So there are a lot of questions that were in my mind that are going in your mind as well. But Deepak sir and I will probably try to cover all those things. Still, anything left, we'll be having a question answer round, then we'll discuss everything.
So can we start now?
Yeah,
I want a yes and go ahead from all the candidates here, because me and Akanksha can have conversations on phone also. Okay, we both are here for both of you on a weekend, on a Saturday evening, so you all have to participate. Correct na, Akanksha?
yeah.
Tamanna,
Saturday,
Vinita.
Sunday is the two important days of every big four working people.
That's where you realize something called work life balance, you know. मेरे को अब थोड़ा जिंदगी भी जीने दो.
Yes.
Okay.
But before that, as you mentioned, we have to build a professional life, no? To balance
Correct.
it out.
लाइफ होगी तो बैलेंस करेंगे ना.
Exactly.
Correct, correct, correct. So, okay, first thing. Akanksha, you mentioned that you have worked in IIC. Now, first confusion is to any CA fresher, assurance. Assurance is statutory audit. Under
Right.
statutory audit, you mentioned that you are a part of the IIC division. Can you please explain what this IIC is about?
So in EY and in most of the big fours, there are a lot of divisions which are there under statutory audits that
Mm-hmm.
are based upon the clientele you are working in. So I'm working in IIC, which is infrastructure and industrial companies. There are various companies which are infrastructure. In the companies which manufacture comes under this division. There are different divisions like TMT, which is technology and media communications. There is divisions such as FS, which is financial services, where mostly banking services, NBFC audits are covered. There are CNP, which is consumer and products, where retail segments are covered. Then there currently, I'm also working on a pharmaceutical company, which is a LSHC, which is life science and healthcare. So there are different kind of divisions. They also cover, some of them are real estate infrastructure companies, which are covered separately.
So,
So there
if
are a
I
lot of
may,
divisions.
sorry to interrupt, if I may again decode this
And industrial companies.
infrastructure and industrial companies. Okay.
Yes.
So I think these notes would help them. TMT is telecom, media, and telecommunications.
Yes.
Telecom, media. है ना?
Technology, media, and telecommunications.
Oh, technology, media, and telecommunications. Okay. Technology, media, and telecommunications. Great. FS is financial services.
Financial services.
Mm-hmm. CNP is
Consumer products.
consumer products. Great. And life sciences and life,
Healthcare.
life sciences and healthcare. Oh, great. So now this all is inside statutory audit.
Statutory audits, yes.
Guys, ऊपर से सिर्फ statutory audit दिखता है. Under inside the statutory audit you have got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 divisions. How many if you say it's eye opening? You have to write eye opening on the chat box. Come on. Within statutory audit you have got 5 divisions. Yes. 8. Great. So now tell me one thing, Akanksha. You are working in IIC.
Yes. Right now shifted to LSHC also, like managing both of them.
LSHC. Okay. So anybody who gets selected will be taken up in one of these streams.
Yeah. They
Easily.
already mentioned, yeah. Whenever there are vacancies, so before the interview or during the sessions of your interview, you are informed that this interview is taken for this segment. You'll be working on this set of clientels, so that the interviewee is clear that in which segment he or she gonna work, whether to select that segment or not, whether they are okay with the segment they're entering. Because at the end you have to work upon the clients, you are the people who are gonna execute. So it is to be cleared, everything is cleared before your joinings.
Correct. So, great. So that is one. Now my next question here is, Akanksha, as a article of a small city, as an article of a small firm, we all have this fear in our minds that my exposure is not decent enough. Sometimes these kids come up and say the word which I really don't like. I have worked in a mediocre firm. The mediocre word is a very bad word actually. You have spent 2-3 years of your life there. So don't give the tag of mediocre. A small size firm. Usually they serve, आपने भी किया होगा, we serve partnership firms, we serve sole proprietorship firms, we do smaller audits. Correct? Now the biggest question with anybody from a smaller city is, you don't work at this level when you are into your own offices. Correct? So what
Correct.
happens is, as an interviewer, what should be my preparation as a candidate when I am trying to have a position at statutory audit? What is the knowledge level expected from me? Because I am coming from a small firm. Have I asked the right question, friends? Give me a thumbs up like this. Oh, Alifia is also here. Alifia Ronak. Hi, Alifia. Long time.
Hello, sir. Good evening.
How are you, Alifia? Good to see you here.
I'm fine, sir. How are you?
I'm good. I'm good. Pleasantly surprised to have you here. Good. Listen to this wisdom.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Okay. So Nidhi has said, Vinita has said yes. Now, Akanksha, please help us on this particular question.
So yeah, we think that we are something, yeah, somewhat behind what the people are already experiencing, because there are people who has done their articleship in Big Fours and are used to, are prone to the environment of Big Fours working there. But we should remember that one thing is common between them and us is that we have both studied from the same institute. We have read the same books, we have got the same technical knowledge. If I share about my experiences of interview, so it was 11th July when I cleared chartered accountancy, and I had a interview on 25th of July, and that day I was selected at EY. So there were only 15 days, no time to get prepared. I was very nervous. This was the first interview I have given, and I was selected. Some things that afterwards, so I asked, it was very funny question, but I asked to my interviewer, because I was working with him only, why do you select me? What was something that made you me select? Because I have worked on a mid-sized firm. That was what I mentioned. Then he said, I don't test your knowledge, I don't test whether you have worked or not, I test will you be able to work with me. Will you, are you open to your something that you have done? So mainly what questions are asked are basic technicals. For if you are entering into statutory audits, you must know about what kinds of opinions are there, what kinds of phases are there in audit. You must know the technicals which are very basic, the ind as you have studied. So you just have to, if I go on particular thing, that someone asks about ind as 115, what you just need to know is that the 5 steps of the ind as 15, that will only, the interviewer asks you questions just to test whether are you able to answer the question appropriately. He'll not test what you have not done. So in the interviews, they ask you, give me a set of clients on which you have worked, give me specific areas on which you have worked, and the interviewer will only ask you the questions regarding that only. He'll test your basic technical knowledge. He'll test your basic ability to answer those questions, to technically handle those questions, ask you about the work you have already done. So in my case, I had worked upon a listed entity, but I have not worked for whole of the audit. I was not involved. I had just done 2 3 areas. He told me to answer what are those areas you have worked upon, and I'll only ask about that. I'll not touch upon the area which you have not worked. So basic concepts are required. You should know what you have executed. And sometimes what we think is ki we have not done enough work to like answer the interviewer. But when you sit for a day, you realize you just keep the flashbacks of those 3 years on which you have worked for any of the client. Then you remember that there are a lot of areas you have worked, there are a lot of experiences you can share, there are a lot of things that you have, there are a lot of observations you have taken. So they also ask about what observations you have taken, what inputs you have given to the your firm during that audit. Even that input can be from a voucher you have vouched for, or a scrutiny you have done for ledgers, because everybody thinks that I have completed articleship from a mid-sized firm. I have done vouching, scrutiny kind of things. Will I be able to crack the interview? But that has nothing to do with what you have not done, where you have not. He or she will not question you regarding what big four audits are, what how they are executed. They will ask you about the questions that you have done, because they know they have to build you. The my interviewer, he told me I selected because you answered the questions well. You are aware what you have done, because sometimes people are even not aware what they have done. So you are aware what you have done, and I saw the ability that you will be able to do what I will make you do, because it is my it is my responsibility to prepare you for the big four environment. We don't expect you to know what big four environment is because you have not worked upon until you work. But yes, after 4 or 5 or 6 months, I will now question you if you not do after that, after training. So your 6 months probations, we consider you as a asset which we have to build, not a asset which is already built. So that is something I just want to share, so that each one of us should know that there is nothing wrong in doing articleship from a mid-sized firm. I was like, I did my articleship from a very mid-sized firm, a big firm of Indore, but a mid-size compared to India level.
It's a
Because
very
during
respected
my
firm, a very
it's
respected
a
and a
very
very old
respected
firm,
firm.
M. Mehta and
Yeah.
Company.
But when you compare with Big Fours, we think that we are not done something which Big Fours do. But now I'm doing the same thing with the same pace, in fact, even more faster than what they people do. So it's like you have to build yourself, you have to go with the flow and trust yourself.
If I can interrupt Akanksha and see what you mentioned right now in the last few minutes, one thing is for sure, the training will be given. You need to be showing that willingness that you are trainable.
Yes, yes,
That was the first thing. Second, in interview they will ask your basic concepts which are standard for all the people, all the chartered accountants.
yes,
आज भी Ind AS 115 is the same which was there in when you became a chartered accountant. When you are working in EY, it's the same. The only difference here is you are applying that with a better set of tools and technology, and that is the
yeah,
difference. The fundamentals are not changing.
correct.
And the very nice thing which you mentioned, that the person understands who's taking the interview, that you don't have the exposure of a big four, but you have the skills to become ready to become molded to go to a big four. Your
Yes,
articulation skills, I think one very big answer has she has given while conversating, that you need not know the whole audit. The interviewer tells you that what all areas you have done, you tell me, and then I think whatever areas you are best at, you tell that. and then he will ask you to walk you through कि क्या क्या किया, what work did you do, how did you approach it, how did you conclude it, how did you report it. So that's the methodology. So there they will test your capability of audit, client interaction, and understanding of the concepts. So that is standard everywhere, a small firm, big firm. So I think a very big question gets answered here. Even if I am from a smaller firm, but I am able to put my experience properly and explain it properly, there is not a problem. Correct, Akanksha?
Yes, yes.
Oh, great. So that was one very important question which I wanted to ask. As you mentioned, so can you give me some specific topics which we should study, we should keep in mind for statutory audit? You mentioned essays or Ind AS. Can you be a bit more specific in terms of Ind AS, essays,
So,
and
yeah.
company audit related matters? You must be listening and seeing new people also getting recruited. What are the things जो रोज लगती हैं, which are needed on a regular basis to them? So if you can mention that, that will help.
Yeah. So the most important thing in audit we do is reporting. And there's Caro reporting we all have studied. So majority of questions are around Caro reporting if we enter into reporting kind of thing, because what we aim is to report. Caro is one of those topics. Then 700 series which are expressing an opinion, because statutory audits comprise of expressing an opinion. So SA 700 series are majority questions there. Then revenue is one of the most important thing from a client perspective that we have to audit. So questions are based upon that. Questions are based upon the kind of opinion, the types of opinion we express. Questions are based upon the assertions of our P&L and balance sheets. Majority questions cover these topics, and then rest of the things includes on the areas you have worked upon, on the clients you have worked upon. So they are client specific questions, area specific questions. Like suppose I have worked on a trade payable. If I say I have worked on a trade payable area, so they'll ask you what are the assertions related to trade payables, what you have done in that trade payables testings. Have you got your external confirmations? What type of external confirmations you have? We do so those kind of specific questions.
So one thing when I used to work, one very favorite area was property, plant, equipment. Is it still the same?
It includes sometimes it's revenue, sometimes PP. PP is also one of the area that they cover. And then if it's suppose it the interview is for manufacturing segment, then the COGS becomes one of the important area.
Which one? COGS, cost of goods sold, na?
Cost of goods sold, because when you worked on a manufacturing client, then it's important to know about that. So these are basic, very basic questions on these topics.
So guys, can you understand? You don't need rocket science. You need to remember your basics. If you are able to understand your basics, what I told them, Akanksha, we had a CV session yesterday, CV drafting session. So what I told them is, go back to your work folders, go back to your timesheets, try to deeply understand what all exact work which you did. List them on a rough piece of paper, condense it properly, and then highlight it naturally. It will come out कि कुछ तो काम किया होगा. You would have worked something or the other in so many years.
And one thing I want to highlight is, so what we have done is, so we were 8 people in our batch and we cleared together. So what we did is, after clearing, 8 of us sat together and we discussed what we have actually done, and we noted everything. I still have that paper, and we noted everything कि यार तूने वो भी तो किया था यार, you have done, अरे तेरे को पता है वैसे हुआ था. So that discussions come out to be very interesting, very meaningful, because if you have worked with them during the work, you have done many stupid things with them, so you can do insightful things with them also. So that we have done, that helped each one of us, like अरे you went there उस दिन ऐसा हो गया था, but that day this came up. So these kind of things we uh, take there कि हाँ मैंने ऐसा भी किया था, we have worked on this. So that was very interesting. That is one thing all of us can do if we have, like we are there in the city we have worked. or we have done our article section.
Thanks to technology, they can interact over an online chat
Oh,
also.
yes, yes.
So I think that is very important for you to find out yourself that कितना काम आप कर चुके हो, what all work you have done so far. That will help you, and then you can easily navigate in this interview. Oh, great. So this is some paper which is being leaked today. You know, these are the questions which you wanted. This is the scanner, or this is the RTP, or you may say these are the most important. And nowadays with the technology, these are those last minute revisions points and marathon revision sessions which great, nice. So anything else in terms of technical preparation, if any one of you want to ask questions, because then I have more questions to Akanksha. Technical preparation, see, India's you have to study, COGS you have to study, you have to be ready with opinions, you have to be revenue, India's 115, SS 700 series, reporting and Caro reporting. Anything you want to ask? Candidates, you can just unmute yourself and ask related to technicals. And if I have covered, then you have to write in the chat box that
Sir,
substantially covered.
excuse me,
There's
sir.
someone. Yes, yes, please.
Sir, actually, in this chartered accountant, that you have told that in this doing the chartered accountant, like we need to do the trade payables and types of options, and what are the technical, what are the skills that need to be followed? Can you tell me, sir?
Didn't understand your question. Come again.
Okay, sir. Actually, for doing chartered accountant, what are the skills need to be used? Can you tell me?
Skills to be a chartered accountant.
Yes.
Srishti, we are having a session of chartered accountants.
Yeah. What are the skills that need to be followed? Can you tell?
I am a bit confused right now. So I think you are attending a session in terms of how to become. Okay, Nidhi is saying she means tool software one should know. Is it? Or
Yes.
the
Okay.
tools and the softwares? Okay.
Yes. What are
Akanksha,
the
can you?
softwares?
Yes. Akanksha, can you add on something?
Yeah, yeah. So basically, what I knew when I become a chartered accountant was Excel only. I was not very much open to Word also, because still I don't like Word. I mainly work upon Excel because it's very easy to work upon Excel. It's easy to navigate the things there. Some of the tools which people have mentioned is Power BI. I still work on Power BI to extract reports only, because we have a data analytics team here. In every big four, we have a data analytics team where we just give them base reports, they prepare based on that, and we just analyze those data. We are not technically that strong in terms of IT, so we don't need that. Python, I still don't know. SAP, you have to be, but I was open to SAP to an extent. I was vouching those vouchers that were physical and that were later on converted to SAP, and we used to vouch that. I was not open to SAP a lot. I learned working on SAP in my this EY journey only. So basic Excel you have to do, basic PowerPoints, basic words if you know, because majority of our work is on Excel only. So as I mentioned, there are D8 teams over Big Fours. They give us the reports, and they provide us the outputs. We just need to extract those outputs, and we have to analyze that, because as a CA we have to analyze data. We just don't need to prepare that data.
What does
Someone is
a
asking, can
COE?
CA work in data analytics? I'm not sure if CA can work, but I think data analytics team is majority of IT backgrounds. They work there, and we use them as a support staff for those IT related softwares and tools. So I'm not pretty sure where CAs can work, but if a person is a CA, can do anything what with expertise with the skills we can learn and we can work upon.
Correct. I'll just add to one
Excuse
thing
me,
because as you have,
excuse me, sir.
yeah, yes, Srishti, continue.
Sir, another thing I want to say that what ma'am has told that that while doing some chartered accountant, SAP has been used. So, what is that mean of SAP exactly? Can you tell?
Accounting software.
It's an
It's
ERP.
an account. Yeah, it's an ERP. It's a software where uh, the clients maintain their accounting data. So we get that. It's kind of accounting software. We get passwords and we get access to that, and where we analyze the data, we extract reports directly, and we analyze. It's an accounting software which majority of clients use for their accounting data.
Yeah, it has got
Okay, sir.
multiple modules, Srishti. It has got
Yes.
procure to pay, it has got SDP, it has got FICO. There are multiple things in that ERP. As a chartered accountant, we are more concerned with FICO and material
Yeah.
management if you are into manufacturing. Okay.
Yes.
Anybody else has got a question on the technical aspect? Tamanna has got a particular point. Tamanna Mangnani
It's
from Mumbai. Schedule 3 format or disclosure related question would also be asked.
Yeah, if so, schedule 3 exact format, they would not ask you. But if you are working on specific area, if questions are turning around a specific area, they might ask about the disclosures. They might ask about what disclosure you need to say. As I mentioned, if you're working on trade payables, they might ask you about MSME disclosure that you have to give. So there might be disclosure specific to that area on which the questions are being asked.
For example, if you say that I have been working on daters or if I have been
Yeah.
working on assets, so then they can go and ask you what are the reporting requirements related to this in schedule 3.
Yeah, if suppose the question is on PP, then they might ask how we present that, how it is reported in Caro. So questions can turn around disclosures and reporting requirements on that specific area related, but they won't ask you that describe what schedule 3 format is, tell what schedule 3 speaks about this specific. These are like not specific questions asked.
Oh, great. Okay. Anything more technical? Then I have got few more. Now Dhanraj comes in. Dhanraj.
The main question.
No. Wait. More things to understand before that.
Yes, yes.
Then we'll come to these open-ended questions जो खत्म ही नहीं होने वाले कभी भी. Secondly, how about the learning capabilities in terms of if there are certain things which you think you want to learn, does the firm and does there is a learning support system, is there an online or some portal available where you can improvise your skills, get your queries solved, because now we are talking in the world of AI, Akanksha.
Yeah.
Everything is done by GPTs, but GPTs are also like noobs now. We are talking about Claude, we are talking about workflows, we are talking about next level things. So how the firm, not specifically your, but any firm, will be supporting its employees to upgrade, upskill, and make understand all these things. So the firm is helping you on all that, or how is it?
Yeah. So as you join, like once we join any of the big fours or any of the industry specific also, because I have talked to many friends from industry, there is a learning and development team which takes care of learnings a fresher should have. There are specific set of trainings that you need to cover during your probation periods. So there are basic trainings based upon what documentation should be there, what tools you're going to use, how to use that tools. So if I mention that there are specific set of trainings, there are AI trainings, Power BI trainings, applied AI trainings that needs to be completed during your probation period. And even after that, there are specific upgraded trainings to be done at each year end. So there is 30th June is the cutoff for us. So some set of trainings that needs to be completed, there are batches that you have to complete before your closure of the year. And there are like, if you have done 2 years, then your training will be based on that. If you are in set of you are an assistant manager or you're a manager, then you have to conduct trainings within your team as well. There are counseling family. A counseling family is a team of people that are working under same partner. So there are partner has to take sessions on their counseling families to train the uh, people working in his team. They have to take trainings for their expectation to the client. There are specific seminars for client specific thing also. If a partner has to work with set of team which is new, so the partner takes a session that what he expects. So training your technicals are built strong by the L&D team. Your analytical skills training is done by your partner, your team managers. So everything gets covered during your learning phase, and these are mandatory trainings. Sometimes we might feel, after working 2 3 years, we feel yeah, ये training है, we have to complete it, we have to complete it. But later on we realize those are one of those important things that we covered during our probations, during our joinings, that made us to cope with our the environment we are working right now. So there are specific set of trainings that happens, like after 1 or 2 months, within 1 month 2 months, we have different set of trainings.
Okay. So I'll just come to that particular question. So this clearly gives an idea. People outside Big Four keep rotating these false stories that no training is given, they are directly pushed on to the client. This is not true, because I have also been a part of the Big Four.
Yes.
There might be some work deliverables or pressure, but at the end of the day they will ensure that your skill set is there, because you are going to represent in front of the client. It is the reputation of the firm. They have to train you so that you work better.
Once my partner also mentioned, so we were working on a new client and with a new partner. So he mentioned it is my responsibility to train you, because you are not gonna sign, I am gonna sign. I have to make sure you are trained, and because at the end it is my responsibility to get my team educated, to get my team upgraded with what we have to do. So it's trainings are given.
Okay, I am just trying to highlight, once you are not in Big Four now and you are
Yeah.
outside, so people make a lot of assumptions on their
Yes.
own with the kind of rumors and the grapevine which comes in, which is not true actually.
Yes.
Okay.
So, for
And
example, there is our like a new labor code implementation which is done in around November December. So we had a session on which our partner explained us what is new labor code, what is changing, what is, and how you have to upgrade your work papers, what extra procedures you have to perform. So that makes everyone. If I'm not working on the area as well, but I know ki what is that change, what is something
anybody at
happening,
the
what is
anybody at the
happening around
client
the.
anybody at the client place can come and ask a random question regarding that, so at least you have something to say.
Yes.
Correct. Great. Yes, so I think that was a very important development which happened. I think all the candidates also should be very much aware of the change in the labor codes, and it changed the overall salary calculation. Now the salary, the basic should be at least 50, na? ऐसा कुछ है?
50%. Yes.
Of the total CTC, basic should be 50%.
50%.
Earlier
Yeah.
they used to play around with all that and used to run away with the tax liability a lot of times. But now
Yeah, because
minimum 50%
majority
is
of
basic.
liabilities are based on basic only. So we have worked on clients that were basic component was around 10 to 15% for the employees, which drastically changed to 50%. That gives a big impact on the financial as well. But it was good for the perspective of an employee which is working, should have their rights.
Correct. So I think these things should be understood. Like all the people who are preparing for interviews should be ready for questions like this. If I am
Yeah.
now, let's come to the next particular question which I wanted to ask. I have this lot of questions and lot of self-proclaimed gurus over WhatsApp and YouTube and LinkedIn selling courses, certification courses. So they make a chartered accountant feel that your CA degree is insufficient
Insufficient.
unless you do my master class, unless you do my certificate, unless you do this or that. Do you really think these certificates are going to get them an interview, or these certificates are the ones on the basis of which they will be selected? Please give the real picture.
As I already mentioned, there were like 15 days in between my clearing a chartered accountancy and clearing an interview of a big four, out of which 10 days were
Celebrations.
went in celebrations. Because the first day you have to celebrate with your family, the next day you have to celebrate with your office, next day you go to party for your close friends, then certain set of people come to you, array you are cleared वैसे सब. So 10 days were around that only. So I just gave the interview कि ठीक है, हुआ तो हुआ, नहीं तो नहीं हुआ, एक बार दे के तो देखते हैं कि होता क्या है. So, and I was selected. Then I realized कि it is waste of money to just buy the courses. And I'm not saying it is, they don't give you the insights which are useful, but we already know that things. And if you have to work on something, is you have to just you get the flashbacks, you have to work upon what you have already learned, what you have already executed. Just if you have a flashback, a writing note of that only, na, that will also work. No need to just take some additional certification courses, because once you join a company, they are of no use, because the company will train you the way they want.
Exactly. Basics pata hona chahiye. You should be knowing. You should not be an expert. Like as you, and if all the candidates are listening properly, I think Akanksha also mentioned that she is not using a lot of SAP, but she is extracting the data from SAP to check. Yes, Neeraj, she gave one interview and got selected. But she gave multiple interviews afterwards, Akanksha, as I recall.
Yes, yes. I gave multiple interviews later on, but I was like, I was very keen to work in start audits, because that fascinates me a lot. Because in a very short span of time, you work on variety of segments, variety of clientele. So if I have worked on, see, if we talk about myself, I have worked upon 5 to 6 industries. Now, if I switch or exit a statutory audit, I'm open to 5 set of industries. I can enter any set of industry, and I will have a basic knowledge to that. So I selected there. Even after later on, I gave many interviews, some of which I was selected, some of where I was not selected. So it's not that it is some right interview you need to crack. You need to understand whether you have to work in that segment, that industry where you have to work on big four. Someone is asking how many rounds at EY for start audit role. It's just one or two. So mostly for an fresher level, there is only one round that happens, which is manager round, I guess. So
And
a
then there'll
manager
be
or a senior manager takes.
and
There
then there'll
might
be
be a
partner
one
partner round.
partner round. At the time I cleared, I only had a one round of interview. But right now they have started taking 2 rounds of interview, one manager and then another set with the partner. So partner round is more of a behavioral or a personal round of interview, because majority of technical questions are asked in your first round only, which is technical. But the partner may ask some kind of technical questions just to check the basic knowledge of yours, because need to check
Definitely they do.
whether,
They always
yeah,
keep an eye ki if I spring up any surprise question, so how this guy and girl will react in front of the client.
react to that. Yes.
They'll test
So
your
majorly,
capability.
huh, they tell you that it will be other than technical round or a personal round, but some kind of technical questions might come just to check your ability to cope up with that.
I'll add into this Tamanna's question. Tamanna, big fours usually do not do GDs.
GD rounds are not done at
This is the
big
biggest
fours.
false narrative which has been created by so-called influencers, or I may say course sellers, that you need to be prepared for GD. GD doesn't happen. In ICI campus, few of the companies do. Please understand, it's a very different concept. IT sector hiring and CA hiring. CA hiring is very limited. They don't want to test your skills in GD. The GD round is basically for when you have got multiple applications and they want to eliminate the person who can't even speak properly.
Yes.
So that's how the difference. Otherwise, GD round doesn't makes an impact. And specifically in Big Fours, in my last 16 years, I have seen very few GD rounds. Okay. Okay, Anushka says in articleship interview, Big Fours are having 3 rounds. I'll add Anushka. The 3 rounds are, first one is communication round. They are testing your versant skills. They are testing your communication skills, that you are able to speak few sentences properly in English or not, with right punctuation and pauses or not, which is very much necessary because you will be in front of the client.
Yes.
And your articulation skills. So articleship, yes, they may have 3 rounds. And as Akanksha said, she had 1 round. But usually there are 2 set of rounds. One
Yes,
partner and then the senior manager. Senior manager sends an evaluation sheet to the partner that I have tested on all these things. Now you can just have a look that I find this candidate appropriate. तो वो ऐसा एक स्टेप आगे जाता है. Correct?
Yeah.
Okay. Now one more question which I wanted to ask. There's a lot of, again, rumors and lot of things which are being said that there is no life when you are working in Big Fours. They make you slog for 20 hours a day and then sometimes go to large extents. I don't believe that because I have been a part of it. Yes, there are busy days, but there are good days also. So I would like to ask you and give them a first-hand experience what it is all about.
So I would not totally disagree that there are no work pressures. There are work pressures, but that are during specific set of days where you have to work on year ends, or you have to work upon limited reviews for a listed entity.
Quarter
Like,
closers.
yeah, quarter closure, because the deadlines are so stringent that you have to report within 20-25 days. So that 20-25 days of span gives you a lot of work pressures. Not a 20 hours is like, it's very big kind of a task to work upon, because the person cannot work next day again for 20 hours. So yeah, there are specific set of days where you have to work, we can say it extends to 10 to 12 hours. I worked on a limited review or a year end closures.
I'll tell you,
And
I was a part of ITC hotels. Okay, way back, 20 years, 15, 16 years back now. My hotel was one of the largest property of ITC in Bangalore. And when I was working, my manager said, Deepak, we will close the hotel here. Then all the hotels will get consolidated in Kolkata. All the hotels will get consolidated into the main business of ITC, and then ITC numbers will get reported to the stock exchange. On basis of that, the Sensex will move. So understand the importance of what work we are doing and why the timelines are so important.
yes,
I think everybody, before coming to a conclusion कि अरे रात रात भर काम करना पड़ता है, yes, you have to, for few days it may happen. And
once
I
you work
think
on a private entities, when you switch to your private entities, then there are chill days as well when you leave by your normal time. So and what we face is, so I have done my article shim, there was time was 11 to 5. 11 to 5 I used to work, and we used to reach at 11:30, we used to leave at 4:30. So when you go from that environment to a big four where minimum working hours are 8 hours, so it gives you a challenge, but you have to cope up with the deadlines. There are very stringent deadlines that we all are aware of. So that during that time, during quarter closures or year end closures, we have to work upon, there is work pressures because you have to handle everything. But post that, when you are on a normal like tax audits you're working, the private entities, unlisted entities you're working, there are chill periods when you come to office timingly and you leave on time. So there are celebrations as well, we should talk about that also. There are various kind of celebrations that we do after your quarter closures. We get leaves, we celebrate our signings on times. So those are also the things that happen.
yeah, please mention that these celebrations happen. पार्टी करते हैं, नहीं तो इनको लगता है बस बिग फोर वाले सिर्फ काम ही करते हैं. ऐसा नहीं होता.
Every 3 months we have a party, after every 3 months.
And on the exotic locations and on 5 stars, huh?
Yeah, yeah.
Please, can you tell us
my
couple of
mother
locations?
my mother is always used to say कि कितना पार्टी करती है तू ईवा में जाने के बाद, तेरी हर 3 महीने में कोई पार्टी आ जाती है. So
Correct.
there are parties we enjoy a lot with exotic locations where we chill upon with the partners. We are chilling with the same person we used to fear when we are in a partner review.
Correct. Are I recall by saying party, you also took leave and went on to your trip also, na?
Yeah, I went away 15 days on March during March.
Correct. So guys, people also have a life, working in Big Fours also. So if you all believe कुछ भी नहीं होता, only work, no, work and play goes together.
And there's always a stop we can put. If we are not able to cope with that, then we can say that I'm not able, because sometimes it happens, when you are not well. I say that I'm not well today, I'll do it tomorrow. If there are like bandwidth, then person can adjust, the people adjust with your timings as well. If you have to, some days if you have to leave at 6 and you tell your manager that I have some personal commitments, I have to leave at 6, and it is okay with that also, because if you are completing your work on time, everything is okay.
Correct. Great. Okay, so Charmi, you are asking those questions which you, me, and Akanksha cannot answer.
Yeah, that we cannot answer.
कितना पैसा मिलेगा, किसको मिलेगा, कैसे मिलेगा, ये सब, this is questions are firm specific. We are not here to open up firms financials because even we don't know. So we don't understand that.
I'm still waiting for my percentage to be cleared.
So
For work from home, I would say there are specific times where we work from home. Currently, I'm on a work from home only. I'm working from home from past 20 days, but that's a different thing. But yeah,
that's
but
not a norm. Huh? Sometimes you may be required into
huh,
office
because
continuously.
statutory audit is something where you don't even go to your office. There are 2 to 3 months where we don't go to our office as well. We visit client places because you have to interact with the client. You have to. It is better always to be present physically and do work rather than just keep having a mail conversation chains regarding the topics. Sometimes it is there that we ourselves think that it is better if we go to a client place and then solve it directly rather than having such mail conversations. Yeah, they allow you work from home if you travel to your hometown. There are specific set of days where, suppose the people are having homes way far than they work. So many people take 10 to 15 days work from home during not so busy seasons and work from there so that they can live with their families and work as well. But that is, you simultaneously take, someday you would take leaves or work from home, the other day your colleague takes, so that keeps rotating based on the availability of the
I
person.
would like to just interrupt, and now CA Charmi is getting us into a zone there. She will take all these questions and answers from us and then go and fight with the HR. कल को ये select हो गई तो I heard in an interview, I heard from this person. Charmi, let me be very clear on this particular part. Huh? This is a very touchy and a very delicate point. You can't demand work from home as your right. Let me tell you that.
Yes.
It is a privilege given by the firm based on the situation, based on the client, based on the deadline, and based on your performance and equation with your manager. This is not a standard template, Charmi. Tomorrow onwards you start pulling up the firm. मेरे को तो बोला था, ऐसा नहीं होता है.
You
Okay?
have to build that trust as well, that the person is able to work if you are on a work from home. So that makes very difference. You need to make those relationships, those trust within you, with your managers, with your partner, so that they are okay you working, not physically be available there.
They need to believe you that yes, you
Yes,
are
yes.
actually working. And the work shows up. दिख जाता है वो. Yes, Dhanraj, it is
Agreed.
boring in the long run. Very true.
Yes, yes.
Once you enjoy the vibes and the environment of the office, then you start like, अरे घर पे नहीं होता है यार. Because घर पे you are a child. Then our parents still don't understand work from home is some serious affair. They बोले, okay, go do this, do that. You also get busy in
They
many
don't
things.
understand that work from home is also a work.
Correct. Okay. I think we have pretty much summed up multiple things which we wanted to understand and check with each other. Sony, I think the whole session was based on that. What needs to be done to clear the interview and get selected. I think if you have understood what we spoke over the last 55 minutes, everything has been covered. If you are looking for a two-line answer, there's no two-line answer because you have worked hard, you have become a chartered accountant. So don't worry. And as said at the beginning, stop using this word called mediocre firm. Stop using this word. This is a negative word. I told in the beginning also, don't be unfair to the place which gave you the opportunity to become a chartered accountant. आप वहाँ पे काम करके पढ़े हो. So you have to basically respect that main place from where you learnt. How demeaning it is to say your firm is a mediocre because you chose the firm. Nobody pulled you into that firm.
Yes.
It's okay. And present your work properly. Okay. So I think it's pretty much sums up, and respecting the time availability of Akanksha and mine also, I think we have covered up many things. And anyways, this session is getting recorded. It will come and we can share this with all of you. You can share it with your friends. In the meanwhile, all of you can connect to Akanksha on LinkedIn. Akanksha, will you be okay to
Yes,
take the
yes.
request?
Yes, yes.
And we have a couple of WhatsApp groups which are currently available for all the candidates. So I will just share the link of that WhatsApp group so that you can join those WhatsApp group and then be a part of this particular session and access those recordings. And we have a YouTube channel where we will be uploading these recordings. There you can access these recordings. So here is the link of the WhatsApp group. I'm just sharing it in the waiting. So here's the WhatsApp group. If you want, I'll share the YouTube channel link also. Yeah, we have had a session on CV drafting and domain guidance, so that YouTube channel link is also here. You can access that and become a member of it. So that, because Akanksha, you would be also a member of the earlier groups, huh?
Yes, yes. I'm a member of
Yeah.
earlier groups.
So every attempt we make these groups. Great. So thank you very much, Akanksha. I think what all can I say? Students like you who love us beyond the classes, who agree to spend time after even how many years now? 2-3-4 साल हो गए अपन लोग को, हाँ?
Yes, I have not met you since I cleared, I guess, intermediate. I met you last when I cleared intermediate.
Correct. So
Since
it's
then,
been
we
4 years,
are,
but thanks to the virtual things, we are in
yes,
touch
yes,
and
we
we are
keep
able
talking
to.
over phone.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, last question I would like to ask. I just missing it out. How do you handle office politics? There would be people taking your credit. There would be people complaining and bitching about each other. So how do you cope up with that pressure? ये मेरा question रह गया था. Sorry.
So, where it is important to go to the right person if you are facing some kind of things over these kind of things, like if you face some of the challenges in case of office politics, you have to just reach out to the specific person. So if there are personal related things, then you can reach out to your spot from HR. These are like non-open conversations where you can have with that. Also, for each person during the tenure of their big four working, you have a counselor. So you can reach out to your counselor for each and everything that is bothering you during your EY journey or your big four journey. So that person is assigned to you, a buddy is assigned to you during your joining and your initial days with the firm. If you're facing some kind of issue, then you can reach out there. if there is something you don't want to get open to any specific person, then there are EY cares, there are a lot of portals in big fours specific, where you can reach out, and the person handling those things can reach out to you and ask you what do you want, what do you need to uh, change during those things, and will communicate to you regarding that. And just you need to reach to the specific person, the correct person which can address your issue based on what the issue is.
So that means you get all the facilities and all the support systems. If you are correct and if you are honest, you get all the support from everywhere.
Yes, yes.
So they are able to understand. This is another thing. कोई पूछता नहीं है. This is wrong. Everybody asks and everybody takes care. है ना? चलो.
Yes.
Great. So thank you very much, Akanksha, for putting out your time. We may trouble you 6 months down the line again. Will you be okay?
I'm happy to join all of you again.
So if all of you can put a couple of lines of how did you understand, oh चार देखा, अब अगला point आया उसका. There is no bond, madam, nowhere. There is no bonded labor. Bonded labor खत्म हुए 200 साल हो गए.
I guess these questions you should ask to the HR spoke you will be talking to whenever there is a set of interview in
These
any
are all
firm.
wrong things. These are all wrong
These
things
are-
which come out actually and
Yes.
scare people. There is nothing called bond. Did you sign a bond, Akanksha?
No, I didn't.
Correct. Chalo, good. This question also gets answered. हाँ तो स्मॉल फर्म में होता है, बड़े में नहीं होता है बेटा. दैट्स वाई. तमन्ना, आई होप वेयर इन मुंबई यू आर तमन्ना, विच प्लेस? मलाड, अंधेरी, चर्च गेट, वेयर तमन्ना? और थाने? तमन्ना इज फ्रॉम मुंबई.
Kalyan.
Okay. Great. चलो. Thank you very much to all of you. It was pleasure
Thank you so
speaking to you
much.
and
Thank
hope we
you,
gave
everybody.
some input to you which helped. Thank you, Akanksha. And
Thank you. Thank you.
God bless all of you. Wish you all the best for your job searches. We have vacancies also. Once you get into the WhatsApp group, we'll share the vacancies also. Okay? Thank you, Akanksha. Bye-bye.